Hey guys, this has to be a quick one because I am on mommy duty right now. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about James not so cool and Moira that mucho that too much annoyed. Get it? Anywho, welcome to my channel, The Nutshell, and today I will be reviewing episode 5 of Love Island season 2 US episode 5. I think I've already said that. So in just a short while, I'm going to have a very special guest appear on this video, and you are going to meet them and they're going to give you their opinion on what today's episode. And there we go. That is our special guest. And here we are doing actual serious business. Okay. And like I said, it's going to be a very, very quick one because I have very quick. Actually, oh my gosh, and my battery is gonna die. Let's see how long I have before everything just goes. These are the realities of real life. Everything. It's nothing glamorous. Behind the scenes, oh my gosh! You can't. No! It's a no! Okay, I'll be back with you guys in a few shakes. See you later. And that is how we feel about the whole James Moira situation. Frustrated. And we're back to a smaller room. Hopefully the acoustics will not be messed up and the lighting is clearly not as good, but who cares? Let's continue the show. So, as you could see, I had a guest appearance, my baby girl. So, we've done everything. She's played, she's been fed, you know, everything taken care of, but you know, it's not enough until she's asleep. So, story of my life. But I wanted to take every opportunity that comes in life. Every second counts. And I was just like, you know what? That little interaction that you've seen right there is reminiscent of James and Moira, in my humble opinion. Be it a right or a wrong opinion, it is still humble. So basically, episode 5, we know in episode 4, the boys came in at the last minute after the recoupling ceremony. And James went into a tailspin. He couldn't contain his emotions and he let it get the best of him. How he was interacting with Moira was just so awkward to watch. Not necessarily because James was just all over the place, but also Moira's reactions were just, I don't know, cringe as well. Like, I'm just like, you're a grown woman. Use your words. We are not in high school. We're not in elementary. You have dated a lot. And hopefully you have learned how to handle yourself. And for me, I mean, the whole point of Love Island is just watching how people interact. That's the whole thing. And also the psychology behind it. Am I a therapist? No. Am I a psychologist? No. But am I a human being who loves drama outside my life? Yes. 100%. Assuming that nobody gets hurt in the process, you know? So, what I think, I'll just speak on them. There's no point in talking about any of the other islanders because I think I've pretty much given my opinion about everybody in the previous recap / commentaries that I have done. If you missed that tea, I'm not going to cover it here. Head on over to my previous videos and then check them out and we can be on the same page and move along. So I'm going to focus mainly on James and Moira in this situation and the new boys as well, but more so James and Moira. So James on his bed, I just feel like he's just doing way too much. He's also a grown man, and I think as a grown man, you've dated a lot. I'm not saying that your feelings should be neglected just because you're a man. I don't stand for that. But I also want to put in a side note there for all the guys who have called their chicks crazy ex-girlfriends or crazy girlfriends. It's interesting to see that men can be in the same category without being physically violent. You know, men can be crazy too. And that's what I think James is. A potential crazy boyfriend. Now, why do I think that? And do I think being a crazy boyfriend is a bad thing? No, I don't. As long as it's in tolerable doses, because there's only so much that you can take. And I think that's what Moira is dealing with. James is doing way too much. However, in this situation, they're around each other 24/7. So it's not like you can hide behind your texts, your phone calls, or behind distance, aka someone is in their house, like, or just having that space. So you're getting to see someone react fully without the privacy of their homes or the privacy of distance, if what I'm saying makes sense. So in this situation, his reaction is completely 100% normal, 100% okay, and I think it's totally okay for him to react that way. But on the other hand, I think given the fact that you have to see someone daily, I think he should have dialed it down. But you live and you learn. And these are new situations. They've never been on a reality TV show, I'm assuming. And they haven't been around somebody 24/7 like this for a long period of time. So I can't really go in on him really hard, because anybody would react like that way if they are passionate, if they feel deeply about people and they have a connection and they give their all, which James says he has with Moira. Moira, I understand how she's feeling, and I'm also like, you're tripping. Let me get to the first part. I understand how she's feeling because it's like, it's too much, as I said previously. Just too much. She needs to dial it down. There's only one Moira for all that James. But I'm kind of disappointed again with her reaction, because she's just like ignoring him. She's like not even looking at him. I'm like, girl, you're 27, like, do better. You're not in high school. And that's not to bash somebody, even though it seems harsh. That's just like more is expected of you given your chronological age. Now, this might show that maturity levels might not be that high. And when I say this, I mean maturity in terms of communication, not emotional intelligence. So don't get it twisted, people. Don't get your panties in a twist in the comment section. And here we are talking about comment sections. Like I said, this whole commentary, I have no personal feelings towards any of the cast members here, and I am not out here trying to like be condescending towards anybody or trying to spread or feed hate into people's lives about a show. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. I'm just talking about love and the lessons that we learn along the way. And surprise, surprise, these are not characters in books, but real life people. So be kind and be gentle. But this also helps, my critique also helps people who are watching that might have similar love issues and how to get over them. So nobody can take anything that I say in these videos personally, okay? Because it's not that deep. Well, they're never going to know our battles or our opinions, and it should be that way, because we need to take care of the mental health of these people who go on reality TV shows and realize that they're just human. They're having human reactions, and we don't need to push them beyond what they're capable of handling, especially given a new experience. So as part of members of our planet, we should be kind and generous and let people live their best lives. Okay, so moving on, back to the drama that we just keep in our kitchens. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Okay, I don't know Twitter, no Instagram, no Facebook. I know I'm not that famous, popular, whatever, but you know, it's Virgo season, and Virgo season, we're going in hard. Speaking of, I want to give a shout out, and I'll be doing this. So far, a new track that I'm listening to is Virgo Tendencies by Kiki Palmer. Y'all should check it out. It's like a real in the fields. I like her vibe. I love the music. But we're not talking about Kiki Palmer. We are talking about Virgo Tendencies, which is dumping somebody the minute they cross you, which is exactly what Moira is going to do to James, and what she actually is alluding to doing in this episode. She's just like over it. She shouldn't have conversations with him. She's not giving him any eye contact. In my mind, that is immature, especially for her age. But we move on. I think you should be able to face somebody even though they're giving you the heat, even though it seems like you're getting verbally attacked. I think you should just like put on your big girl panties, look them in the face, and explain the situation and move on. But then she's avoiding having a conversation with him just because I think he's just verbally abrasive. Not offensive, not abusive, but abrasive. Meaning he's just delivering whatever he wants to say too raw and too harshly. Too raw, and it ends up leaving. It's like basically James is sandpaper, and imagine rubbing your face with sandpaper. What's gonna happen? So his words, how he's like delivering whatever he wants to say, is just like that analogy, in my opinion. Moira, I feel like she says she wants space, but how she's going on about it is just like emoji version. Like rolling her eyes, walking away, like midway through conversations, and I can't respect that. I feel like as a human being, you owe somebody the decency and the courtesy of being straight with them and giving them 100% if they're giving you 100%. So she kind of let me down there. Is she still my girl? I'm thinking about this, huh? But we'll see as the episode and as the seasons progress. So my take, James and Moira Danzo. She's clearly told Mackenzie and the rest of the girls that she's feeling this new boy Calvin because he has freckles and he's a personal trainer and he's totally her type on paper. And I think she's going to swing that way. However, I think Calvin is just not comfortable stepping on people's toes given the emotion and the rawness of the situation. So he's gonna take it slow, and that I think that's what Moira needs. However, I don't think he's a goody two shoes as he might appear, and I think he might actually increase the pace. Basically, Moira is just going to jump from one bad relationship into another bad relationship. Prediction for me. And I think eventually either Calvin is going to move too fast, Moira might be feeling it and will go along with it. Maybe she might acquiesce to whatever he puts out there, and he might get tired of her. I think he's going to jump ship with Kirsten. Those are just my predictions. I'm not gonna say he's a bad guy because I haven't really fully seen him interact, but so far so good. But I think he's a really fast boy, in my opinion. Just first impressions. Calvin, is that his name, Mr. Steal Your Girl? Is he Caleb or whatever? Whatever their names are. I think he's just going to go in, swoop in there. You can see he's planting the seeds in Justine's mind, and I think she's gonna take that bait just because she's been rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected. And then once you get someone who's flattering you or paying attention to you, you get flattered, and then you think, oh yeah, maybe the grass might be greener on this other side. However, I honestly think she's gonna stay loyal to Trey, but to what extent, I know not. As a friend or as a potential girlfriend, I'm yet to see. But I think everybody's gonna play the game pretty safely. I'm interested in seeing how Trey is going to progress and grow. Like I've been saying in my previous videos, for Justine, I want to see how that relationship is going to develop with Trey. I'm not really interested in seeing her with Mr. Still Your Girl, not for any personal reasons, but just because I have a more vested interest in her and Trey. Mr. Still Your Girl, I think he's just putting his eggs in as many people's baskets as he can so that he can stay in the house and not get dumped from the island, and hopefully find somebody new. So anyways, guys, these are just my thoughts on episode 5. I know I'm so behind, but a lot has been going on in my life. There was a long holiday, Labor Day weekend and all that jazz, but I'm going to be on it. Okay, stay tuned for more. Until the next one, peace.